It's down to the cops to apprehend the most dangerous drivers that threaten everyone's safety on the roads.
Oh, interesting.
Vicky has been overtaken by a car, which then hits 130 miles per hour.
I don't know whether it's making off or whether it's just nailing it. I'm just going to catch it up first, mate. Hotel Sierra 22. I've got a vehicle making off. I am pursuit trained. Can you just stand by for pursuit consideration? Hi, there's a car gone this way at high speed. Thank you. Thank you.
Back on the dark country lanes of Cheshire, Sergeant Vicky Howell is on the hunt for a speeder she clocked driving at 130 miles per hour.
Yeah, remember the public state has gone towards the A500. Just keep an eye out on the vehicles going through the 16, A500 going towards the 16 cameras. So if it's going to hit in the next sort of minute.
Vicky is hoping to intercept the car before it reaches the M6.
I'm going to stop to see if I've got it on the NPR.
Vicky managed to capture a few seconds of the suspect vehicle on her in-car camera.
Can I just give you a reg of this vehicle that we think it is, this Astra?
Hotel Sierra 22.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, you're Vauxhall Astra on that reg. You come back to a Vauxhall Astra in grey.
I'm just going to go to the insured address first to see if it's there. There it is. There it is. On the door. Stand by. Can I speak to the chap who owns the vehicle?
Yeah, of course you can.
You're doing 130 at one point, classed as dangerous driving. Because you've been out driving at that speed, I'm going to give you a drug wipe. Stick your tongue out. Nearly there. That's it. It was just bizarre, mate, that you didn't stop. That's the bizarreness of it all.
Just started panicking then, and I was like, oh my God, I don't even know like what to do, what I should be doing.
When blue lights start flashing, maybe I should stop. Speeds you were doing. Imagine if you'd either gone through a hedge or hit an oncoming car. Happy days for you. Clear. I'm surprised, because people who don't tend to stop normally have drugs in the system. So that has surprised me, to be honest. The whole thing was caught on camera, which spotted it. So I'll get him in for interview tomorrow, see what he says on tape, see what excuse he gives for why he was driving like an absolute idiot, and go from there.
He's not hanging about. We'll have a little look at his speed, getting pace, see how quick he's going. Just behind the silver BMW in front, he's been doing over 100 miles an hour, just pacing him.
Even though Rich is pushing well over the speed limit, he's struggling to keep up.
Not sure any signs of slowing down just yet. Up to 112 miles an hour. We're up to the roadworks section in the 50s, so hopefully you're going to do a bit of braking for that and slow down a bit. And I think we've got workers present at the moment. He'll be coming up to a red light in a second by the looks of it, so I'll hopefully get him stopped there and have a chat with him. Oh no, we'll just go straight through the red light as well. Hi, how you doing? The reason I come to stop, there's a couple of reasons. One, you're speeding. Two, going through a red light. As you came off the M62, if you remember that.
Well, last one, don't know what's going on.
Okay. Jump out, we'll grab a seat in my car.
There are 3 people in the vehicle, but it's the driver Rich really wants to hear from.
So just talk to you about your speed on the M6. What's the speed limit on the motorway?
70.
Cool. What are you doing over Thelwall Viaduct, like junction 20 to 21A?
Don't recall, but it was 70 is on cruise control.
So what if you set your cruise control to?
Well, there, 70.
If your cruise control is set at 70, it must be broken, because you're doing at least 100 miles an hour. The people listed on the insurance policy, you're not one of them. Do you have the insurance policy with you that you've got for it?
No.
If you check your emails, you'll have the email, won't you?
Well, it's on... My dad's the main driver, Eunice, my partner, the side driver, so it'll be on his email.
So your dad's insured it, but it's your car?
Yeah.
So that's called fronting, isn't it?
An ANPR camera confirms the car has also been driven earlier in the day by one of the other occupants of the vehicle.
Well, when you come down from Preston this morning, you've driven down?
Yeah, no.
How come you've driven down earlier today? Because there's a photo of you here driving down earlier.
I wasn't.
It's not a catch-you-out job, it's just, have you driven the car down today?
I don't know why you're interrogating me for, like I've done something wrong.
You can't remember driving this car from Preston down the M6?
No.
You can all pack your bags anyway, because you're going to walk home. Right, I'm sick of the bunch of you. Basically, you're going to get reported for the consideration of the question of prosecuting with the offence of speeding on the M6 motorway. You're going to get reported for contravening red traffic lights, and you're going to get reported for the offence of driving without insurance. How hard can it be? Just tell the truth. I used to be so patient.
The speeder accelerates hard.
The red just past you is currently at 150 miles an hour.
Rich hits the fast lane and opens up.
Over 120 miles an hour. It's generally people who have been involved in serious offences. 130, 140 miles an hour. We're starting to think potentially dangerous offenders have got weapons in the car. At that really high speed, I've got to plan to get this vehicle stopped further ahead down the road.
Rich is now doing over 150 miles per hour, his car's maximum speed, but he's still not catching the other car.
When I've got my foot to the floor going as fast as I can possibly go and not catching them, that starts to get a real concern for you.
DC Rich Woodward has been chasing an extreme speeder at over 150 miles per hour. After over a minute at full throttle, his persistence pays off. But why was the driver going so fast?
When someone's doing 150 miles an hour, you're considering, is there a child on the back seat? Is somebody in labour?
Driving at 150 miles an hour is obviously not going to lead to you driving for a while, isn't it?
The driver that Rich has caught has committed one of the fastest speeding offences ever recorded in the northwest of England.
No matter how good a driver you think you are, is everybody else. As I come rattling along having to keep up with you, I think it's a little white Ford Focus in a world of their own is about to pull out. You're not stopping, are you? You're just going to completely obliterate them, obliterate yourself. And I notice you've got a car seat in the back, so I'm guessing you've got somebody important to get home to at some point. The last thing we want to be doing is having to go knock on the door and explain to them why you're not coming home because you've trashed your car at 150 miles an hour.